So I got some explanation for why the fuck it sucks since I'm now the most hated person right now with Rokons being weird, having situations wrong, and joking about being a pedophile, which is the worst criminal you'll ever be and you never come back from. So how the fuck did I get into any of this? Well, let's just start back from the beginning. I'm just gonna start with the Cinemaker one since it's before the white business started. Basically, I made a video during all the tracks on my album Quit Me into what their Just Dance routines will be. And let's just say I hate because of the genres of the cultures most of the time. You see, I have a controversial opinion where I despise having some female routines on songs sung by or made by a male. Nowadays, I'm very quiet on this opinion since this is the type of stuff you'll see people talk about on Twitter that starts up drama between them. But at like 12 years old, I guess I didn't care as I made the description, so I generated all the tracks on my second Bowls at Cakes album to Just Dance songs through Shinda Maker. I got the most females. But duh, I'm a boy. I shouldn't get the females in Just Dance. I hate my life. Now, pork aside, be all honestly rude in the comments over a controversial opinion just so wear some long hair. But being a kid at the time like adults, I didn't think there's nothing wrong with it. This and I mostly forgot about it until I saw this was one of the screenshots being used against me, where I understand why this anger people. Also, a few minute addition to the beginning to mention that I once asked why the all-time world coach was Asian, but it's not a Asian song. Yeah, racism is no joke, and it's probably the only time I was that, so I'll take accountability on that too. But again, with the excuse, I was a stupid kid back in the day, and I avoided racism ever since. And yeah, racism, not even once. Now onto the topic everyone brings up about me, the Steering Stong situation. These are what I keep thinking night and day and want to talk about in the future if I get a chance, which is ironic given the ending of the situation. This all started when I put their music in my game Just Dance and Stars and made unofficial music videos with them. I didn't think anything of it since my friend, who's the person behind the Paul Harrison character, put one of his songs in Going Dance Party, and I meant and his friend, not the not the guy behind Paul Harrison himself. Well, for the unofficial music videos, I made them so they can blow up. Only because I want the guy who I'm not gonna name since he wants me out of his personal image. I want the songs to be this popular so the music industry give them a chance. Well, did I realize though that he doesn't want everyone's content with his music to be more popular than his uploads of his work. And doing this without his consent means I'm about to be in a big predicament with him. We end up arguing and talk about it with him wanting me to pay him for the royalties for it. And because I'm a young guy who's broke as fuck, I rubbed up an image of a person holding money and using that to pay him. I did this the next time after I re-upload unofficial music videos while making 3 more end projects. The first time I thought it worked, the second time I got schooled for it, rightfully so. Then he uploaded a video discussing it, and that's when I heard him say something like, "If you want to use one of my personal songs, just contact me for permission first." Well, that model actually made me stop stealing. Will I actually get him in the next game when I calm down and just ask him instead? I guess we'll never know if that'll be the case because his girlfriend and my friend's personal artist accounts who were signed to his label got artist verification, and I find it that really weird because they have like 2 and 1 songs ready so far, and one of the tutorials on YouTube stated that you need to link 3 songs with topic videos too to get verified. This is where I got a fucked up idea to adjust this. I posted it with the screenshot of them verified with me saying the infamous words that haunt me to this day. If you get signed to free records, you'll get the note. For no reason. And I say that since it boggles my mind on how they do that, but why did I say that? I really said that they got verified for no reason, like no valid actual reason, which there is because they're really music artists. It made them look like everything but talented in music and might hurt their public persona online at that. So it's understandable the next time I woke up, I saw that he announced that I'll follow that I no longer make mention of him, feature him again, or use any of his music again. But instead of just calm down and just use any popular songs out there instead, I panicked and started finding ways to sneak them into the game without them striking the routine down, while constantly messaging them to make up with me and make them collab me for one time, only which I got rejected for it because it's not just now. Everything before it needs to go away because they don't want to associate themselves with me at all. That panic leads to more actions I did, like copyright striking my friends. And so this is when my friend said that his features on Photosex and the track Yo Dance Rap as our public personas will be the last thing we'll do musically, and says that he now follows what V and his girlfriend did and distances himself from me with the same rules. This was to a conversation turned argument where I said I with person so he can't use one of my own personal songs, where he replied, "Yeah, let's see if you can try to copyright strike my videos," and thinking nothing of it, I decided to prove him wrong by falsely copyright striking his videos to show him that I got the power. Why I didn't take down his popular stuff and instead went after the Spirit Halloween video since it didn't feel like an important piece for him. Still got him mad because what I did was a fucking crime to do and it led them to fucking anger me while made excuses that it was a test for it, while also blaming him since his message is what drove me to do it. I take accountability on that and show that I can take a sarcastic joke well, like very well, and that I'm very retro when someone said to do that. More will mention about including them in Just Dance Plus, which I wanted to be private since obviously I can't have them in. When I found out about it, I accused them of stalking me since the player search for it was unlisted, so I got freaked out when they found the playlist. Honestly, I was an idiot and they only knew because YouTube backstabbed me and they showed the statistics of their songs in that playlist, so accusing them of stalking gave them free pass to call me out and bash me for it. So after more song stealing, making music about the situation and more obvious, including mentions, the situation died down for the most part since I replaced their songs and stopped listening to their music since I can't use them. That is until I posted an update comment on Fee's video saying that the only thing wrong I did this year, the year being 2022, was I got forced to take one song down that features Fee on it since I changed his name even though he told me not to. But I forgot he said that to me, so I said that due to the situation, everything I did now is a serious threat. Don't worry, it gets worse because I said that at least there was no pedophilia, murder, and harassment in the situation, even though I think one of them I already did with the constant message spamming. This was months after I saw 2 YouTubers turn out to be bad people, naming Rayad since he was one of the members of the Fana squad I grew up watching, and since I made up something in my mind, I was crushed to see that he turned out to be a pedophile, and I'm thankful I did nothing like he did in the situation. But that's not the real reason why I say that. It was because I got what looked right now for me intrusive thoughts about saying that when I bring up the situation, since I do like a real crime in it, and I'm glad it didn't escalate further than what it is for me. Major major mistakes I did, while not as serious as those I mentioned, still bound not to live by. Again, I didn't think anything of it until Fee made a video about it bullshitting what I said about the song getting taken down, and mostly saying that I'm a sicko mentioning these crimes to counter what I did in the situation. I've taken accountability for that, and I learned now that I wasn't willing the whole mentioning crimes saying that it's worse than break thing, but one of the members of Tattoo saying that gay people are better than murderers, thieves, and drug addicts. Yes, she actually said that, and if I were seeing that one video where he brought it up earlier than I did before that comment, then I wouldn't be called a sicko and would have just been bashed for nothing more than calling what I did it a serious threat. So not only do I take accountability for it, but I say that I'm returning the Egg Cakes name and now have taken down all the songs I did as them. Except for the debut EP, which is still up on streaming services since Root Notes say that there's a violation on it. But I went even further and put the rules on them to not mention Cakes in any other way since it's now a controversial name and I feel ashamed about everything happening with that name. And I striked these players feel down about my various actions, which I feel smug about until I realized when I saw this latest video about the takedown that I made another false strike. Yeah, not only did I not learn, but tried to do it without the copyright strike method, but this made me shady as hell, which makes my actions worse, since I was worried of wasting evidence about what I did. So I'll take accountability for covering up and doing strikes again, and I promise that this will be the last strikes I did, which might make levels feel exposing me that's much more brutal since I can't do it otherwise. I shown I haven't learned at all. This is when I met T and Korea Youngster since T wants me to write actual lyrics since my latest rap persona Will Drippers is just what he is, a mumbling gibberish bitch. I didn't tell him about why I did as Eggcakes and not mentioning the name Eggcakes at all since I'm not sure if he'll cut ties with me instantly or not. Even though I didn't tell him what I was, it dealt out the name anyway since that's what I used to be. It was going pretty well even though the music still sucks since my humor is not exactly perfect. And especially that the fact that the situation didn't get revived all that much other than my sneaky ass commenting on East latest video music, asking what it's like without my music stealing ass around. But even though the situation died, my troubles didn't. See, I saw content about people shipping cartoon characters, even LGBTQ ships for characters clearly not meant to be in this sexuality, and the ships from characters who are not in the same show, and those shows not clearly not meant to be connected. And while I was cool with it at the time, knowing that most of the content with these ships are so cursed and pornographic and too long, and the fact I was still focused on the LGBTQ YouTube ship, which I think is canon, made my sanity go down a lot to the fact that I was not thinking straight, to which I still don't in the past, so I decided to tie on my next album cover, Jesus Christ the album cover. Why do they make the cover so cursed? And have that cover a joke on the community by having it be me and T in a romantic scenario. Well, not the first thing I did in Fallen Ships, and currently not the last. Like, I made images of my friends' personal world IPs and well constant being romantic of each other. And before I met him, I made a ship video of a so-called old friend since we chat with YouTube comments and his buddy, which I'm not sure if it was meant to be a joke. This one was meant to be one since I'm not actually gay. I don't plan on being T in the future. While I and him are minors, these covers with Z backwards rightfully so because even though it's meant to be a joke, I was sexualizing me and T, who is a lot younger than me. It doesn't help that one of the covers is me and T kissing while shirtless, which looked like something a grandmother made, which got them cancer for it. And I don't help but to handle the situation wrong. I mean, I was panicking and don't know what to do, and it ended up costing me most of my features, which includes Little Boy, who back then didn't support me that much compared to today. So take accountability for it just because it's so wrong to the fact that it's almost disturbing to see if it's supposed to be a joke. Now onto my current actions where this shit started to crumble. Me and TA founded Why the Fuck Records, and since I was the owner and T doesn't want to be signed, I have control of everything. Not to begin, in real life, I'm a sarcastic sinker who joked about wanting to be punished or have consequences on them, and this slipped online. While at the same time, I found it. Buffum announced that she's now transgender and going by she and her pronouns now. I made a tweet about it as young singer saying that it feels weird seeing people I saw as one gender for a long time switch in front of me, while stating that it made the image in my head age like milk. Now at the time of me writing this, the video didn't premiere, so I'm talking about what's in the driver folder and how I remember it happening. While I didn't mean to be attacking level, I'm expressing how seeing people I know as one gender switch feels weird to me, but I still respect trans people and respect progress on people expressing their true self. I'm still taking accountability on it just in case there's something in there that level finds offense over something like maybe me using seriously in the sentence and saying that image in my head aged like milk. But I will take accountability responsibility to the street saying that 300 trillion upvotes and I'll give Level and Vagina in the non-private Hit on YouTube song Why I Like That Cover. I feel like I meant to say that I'll make Level a girl on the cover, but if it was the intention or just a joke, it's still a fucked up sentence to say, and I take full responsibility on that cheek. Now, back in Why the Fuck, they often called me a pedophile because I made the weirdest prompts ever in Gartic account, which you can see in my Gartic Flow Sessions video. Also, because I made jokes about being one as a young Sawyer, which mostly comes to a point of watching too many Dark Humor TikToks and watching Finals Gaming in the past. Even though I don't want to become one in the future, I decided to play along and ended up saying the weirdest or disturbing things I ever said. Also, even made ships jokes about Big Rami and J-Rock, which are here, yes, but I see it mostly as a joke. Also, helps the fact that I made a mushy XOL by joke, and my friend X, Barker joke on there as well. Things turn into a crushing halt when Two Phones announced his return from the name and made his entire catalog private. And that's when Smelly Smegma dispenser announced his retirement, which I thought was a joke on Two Phones' retirement, and I banned both him And Bud is temporary, since people claim that he and Bud are the same person, which they might be. Now, it's obvious with the false copyright strikes that I couldn't take a joke well. Like, there are many moments I didn't mention about me not handling well or getting in on the joke wrong. But this moment started a revolution on me, which fucking bitch say that the band didn't make any sense. Since she used to make fun of two phones all the time, and see her say that and play it in on the joke. I banned her temporarily too, but gave her a link into the server like I didn't false ban someone. Also, I sarcastically joked about if someone's mic isn't fixed by a few months, I'll ban them from Why the Fuck and force them into retirement, which obviously I was targeting Booper and Will LCD, which, to be clear, I wasn't gonna ban them to begin with. I was just my sarcastic, stinky self joking like usual in real life. A day where, with pressure on my hands, I resigned from ownership and transferred it to Young T. That's when I became weirder and weirder with the pedophile and Wami X Jaywalk jokes to the point where I say I'll stop with the ship jokes just to keep myself from being banned, but it was too late there. Before I know it, on the Fox forum, I see them discover my old post on Should I Be Cancelled, with it being about the whole second cover incident where I made romantic images of me and Tia together as a cover for a joke. So I made a new one talk about the what the fuck drama and how I'm weird, retarded, and a pedophile. Which I said that about myself since that's what they call me as such. And when I woke up, I was banned not only on What the Fuck, but on Fox Entertainment as well. So I made like 3 apology fails saying what I did or joked was wrong and disbringing them back to Fox by asking Culture to unban me, which he won't since he said that the Martin sends the records. Also, Perfea is wrong. Now, with all that my actions being used against me, I just like to say that I'm still taking accountability for all of it, and I'm sorry to everyone affected by my actions, including my friend V and his girlfriend at the time. I'm the Fox people, the Why the Fuck gang, and even Waffle who's gonna destroy me right now. I'll face the consequences he wanted me to get, and even though I joked about the fact that I'm a bad person, I'm really emotionally affected by all of this, and because of my behavior, I'm keep fucking up. You all think that I meant to harm you like that, but I was just panicking, mentally unwell, didn't think about what I was doing, and just be a sarcastic stinker over my disgusting actions. And most importantly, I'm on the autism spectrum, and it's difficult sometimes to understand social cues. But I realize now that a lot of the things I did were wrong, and I apologize to everyone affected. I know this excuse won't work and that you'll still hate me for what I am, but I'm taking a break from Slayer music until 2025 or even retire and I'll move on to something outside of it. Don't know if I'll fuck up or and do another bad action again since I'm done, but until then, stay safe and take care and don't be like me. Remember, pedophile is wrong. Joking about being a pedophile is also wrong. Also, don't hire past actions like ever.